Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. All right, and I just want this the brother Azariah with the Pittsburgh GMS camp, and I just want to do this quick lesson. Okay, and basically what I'm going into is, okay, I was at the store. I was at AutoZone the other day, and I saw this lady. She was a she was a so-called nigger woman, and yeah, she was a very intriguing sight to see, as is Jake. Most Jakes, man, you see them and they're like a spectacle. Jake is a spectacle, not just to, of course, to the nations round about, but once you come in this truth, things that you see, they have like you see things through a different light. So, Jake is a mess. But anyway, so basically, first of all, I had my jack out there by the car. I had cardboard boxes on the ground, next to the car because I was doing something with my tire. I come outside, she comes in the store, and I come outside. Her car is so like super close to my car. She done drove over my boxes, and I'm already thinking to myself like, wow, that's kind of ignorant. Like, you didn't see the boxes on the ground. You couldn't avoid them, and you couldn't put two and two together, to know, okay, obviously somebody's working right here. Now, this don't apply to every last single woman. Of course, there's things that the Most High will not give unto the woman because those things are intended for the man. But there are just some women who this completely fits. Okay. All right. And like I said, and I didn't pull this precept. I wasn't intending on going here. Like I said, this doesn't completely apply to all women, because a woman who does what the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, has set forth for a woman to do is not counted as a foolish woman, but foolish women. Okay, this definitely applies to those rebellious women who the Most High will not allow to have any form of wisdom because they're just wickedly rebellious. Okay. So, whereas a man or somebody of understanding would see those things, the box on the ground, the tire iron, the jack, and would know, okay, let me kind of distance myself from this car and not park directly, right up next to this car. Let me give it a little space. But this particular type of woman, which I'm going to continue to tell the story, obviously didn't have that type of understanding to do as such. Job 39:17, because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. Okay. And of course, this is going into the woman. What time she lifteth herself up on high, she scorneth the horse and his rider. Okay. Let me see if there's some more on that. But yeah, that's basically, yeah. Anyway, that's basically what that's going into. The Most High have deprived her of wisdom. She's very brutish, and hey man. Anyway, I'm going to continue into the story. Stick with the scriptures and continue in the story. So basically, taking all that in consideration, she came in and she was talking about her windshield wipers and they wasn't working and this, that, and the other. So I'm doing my thing. I'm not really trying to be all into her business like that. I forget why we ended up exchanging a couple words, and I got outside and she was like, "Am I too close to you?" I'm just like thinking in my mind like, yeah, but I'm like, it's all good, so I'm just like, oh, don't worry about it, I'm thinking she ain't gonna be up here long, so I'll just wait, I ain't trying to get into it with this nigga woman, because you could just kind of tell she was ignorant, and she went to prove that, Let's get a scripture, man. I don't want to just pull out the plain old scripture. I'm gonna have to pull it out first. Proverbs 9:13. A foolish woman is clamorous; she is simple and knoweth nothing. All right, so let's just go ahead and talk about what actually happened when she was up there. Okay, so what actually happened was she came up there and she was talking about her windshield wipers, and she was complaining that they didn't wipe her whole window. She says that the last windshield wiper she had wiped her whole window, but these new ones that she got did not wipe her whole window. Now, anybody who's been driving for a little bit understands that your windshield wiper is not going to cover every square inch of your window. They're just not made that way. They're made to go at a particular arc, and there's parts of the window that don't ever get touched by the wiper blade because it's a square window and they just didn't design it that way. You know, that there may be some cars, but the average car goes at a particular arc pattern, you know, and it just doesn't get every inch of the window. But she comes in the store claiming that her last blades wiped every inch of the window. Okay. So when you go into the store at AutoZone, okay, they type in what type of car you got, and the system tells them what type of size blades you need for the driver's side and what size wiper blades you need for the passenger side. So she's going in there and telling them, no, it's not right. No, it's not right. It was wiping my windshield completely, totally, and everything. And it's just completely wrong. And the one on the passenger side supposed to be bigger than the one on the driver's side. And I'm just thinking to myself, I don't know what type of blades you had before, but that don't make no damn sense. Because if they make them any bigger on the passenger side, they're going to be hanging off of your windshield. So if you had some that was doing something different, it must have been hanging off your windshield. But no, let her tell it that ain't what was going on. And by the end of it, I'm just thinking, before it even ended, I'm just thinking Jake is completely smitten with madness. You know, Deuteronomy 28:28, the Lord Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. Okay, and Jake is under those curses, man. She comes in the store, she's all angry, and she's spiritually she's spiritually blinded. She don't have any understanding, and that astonishment of heart. She's all riled up, and let's see what that word astonishment actually means here. Deuteronomy 28:28. Because I perceive that as just being all excited, all excited, all excitable. Get that word astonishment. Okay, that word is oh Lord, that's a lot. Awan, I think. Astonishment, bewilderment, stupefaction, astonishment, terror. Okay. Astonishment, riding with madness. I will open my eyes from the house of Judah and will smite every horse people with blindness. Okay, so it's from the root word. Okay, let's see. From the root word thama'ah or thama, to be astounded, stunned, amazed, to be dumbfounded, to astonish yourself, to be astonished, astounded, to be astonished at another. Consternation, to be in consternation, to be amazed, to be astonished, marvelously, to wonder. Okay. Be smitten with fear and terror. Okay. So that's that's what the word means. See what this word consternation. Then we'll get back to the points. Get consternation. Consternation. The feelings of anxiety or dismay, typically as something unexpected. So getting all riled up, being all anxious and no, I'm telling you, this ain't the right wiper blade. I'm telling you. No, well, when before he bought them, they was doing it, and now they ain't doing it, and I don't know. And they're just like, ma'am, well, I don't know what to tell you. That's what the system told us was the right size for your car. Well, it ain't the right size. I need my money back. All right, ma'am, we'll take the wiper blades off. We'll give you your money back, blah, blah, blah. Well, I can't just have no wiper blades. Well, ma'am, you're not going to get to keep the wiper blades and the money, so that's not about to happen. Well, and it's just like madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. You're mad, meaning you're crazy, and you're blind. You're groping at noonday. Okay, like verse 29, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt only be oppressed and spoiled evermore. Okay, and no man shall save thee, meaning no man's going to redeem you. No man's going to, be able to bring you out of that situation. Nothing I said, nothing if I chose to get involved in that situation, nothing I could have said would have changed her mind, because of how stubborn she is and how much the Most High have blinded her. Think about what that means, to grope at noonday. Here it is, high noon, the brightest point in the daylight, and you looking on the ground, squinting, perfect 20/20 physical vision, But spiritually, you looking at the ground, squinting for the big boulder in your face. Where that boulder go? I don't see the boulder. Where, bro? It's obvious that the side on the passenger, which is closer to the edge of the window, is gonna be shorter than the side that's on the driver's side, which wipes the middle of the windshield. When you go type it up, it tells you driver's side bigger, passenger side smaller. But no, though it's clear as day, though it's high noon, the sun is exposing everything you want to see on the ground. Here you go groping in the darkness. You got your hands out in front of you like a blind man trying to walk who can't physically see, but you got 20/20 vision. You don't wear glasses. You get what it's saying? That's spiritually. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. You're not going to be able to see how to move forward, how to think about things logically, how to take it all in and process it and move past it. You see? That's a curse that's upon our people, man. And it was just crazy to me. So now I'm gonna get into these scriptures. Okay, Ecclesiasticus 22. Matter of fact, do I want to start there? I'm gonna start here. Ecclesiastes 10 and 12. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious. Okay, but the lips of a fool will swallow him up. Swallow up himself. Okay, and of course this counts for women too. The lips of a fool will swallow up himself. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the end of his talk is mischievous madness. Because by the end of it, she's ready to cuss people out. Well, I don't know. Somebody better fucking do something. Shit, I don't know what to tell you. They was like, well, man, what register was you at so we can track the purchase? And, I don't know which register I was at. It was an old man and up here and blah, blah, blah. And they was like, well, we don't have no old men. I don't know what register I was at. I was one of these. There's only 3 of them. They was like, well, actually, man, we got 6 registers. And so you'd have to tell us which one you was at. And we're going to have to check all of them. Well, we're going to have to do something. Check all of them. Oh, fucking well. Da-da-da. Mischievous madness. Okay, mischievous. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness. And the end of his talk is mischievous madness. A fool also is full of words. A man cannot tell what shall be. And what shall be after him. Who can tell? You don't know whether it's going to be a fight afterwards. You don't know what's going to happen. When a nigga come up in here babbling and talking shit, you don't know whether somebody about to get slapped, whether they want that smoke. You don't know what's going on. A damn fool just come in doing anything, and that's exactly what was going on, All right, so now we get to read a few of these in Sirach chapter 22, and then I'll go ahead and close it. Okay, Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 22 verse 5. She that is bold dishonoreth both her father and her husband, but they both shall despise her. So that lady, she was bold in a motherfucker. She came up in there talking all type of crap. And if she got a husband or whatever the case may be, she was dishonoring them. And her father. I'm quite sure she's despised at her house because she spoke about whoever he is, he the one who came up and got the windshield wipers despised. I wonder why he didn't come back with her. Why didn't he come back with her? He probably didn't want to. Maybe he was at work. I don't know. But he probably didn't want to go with her because he knew she was going to act a fool. He probably was sitting at the house like, man, this motherfucker dumb as hell. I went up there and asked them what blades to get. They looked it in the computer. They put the right blades. But here she go complaining again. He probably can't stand her ass. He was like, look, I'm going to let you go up there by yourself. You got the right blades. I ain't trying to hear that. It ain't doing what I wanted to do. Ain't no telling what the fuck was going on. Bold as hell. Dishonoring her, both her father and her husband. If she got a man, I know he miserable, man. But they both shall despise her. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. I wanted to read this because even though she's not a child, just the way that she, does things, it was just felt like it kind of fit. Sirach 22 and 9. If children live honestly and have wherewithal, they shall cover the baseness of their parents, And if her parents, and you can't always blame stuff like that on her parents. Sometimes, you just have wicked children who want to be rebellious. But if her parents are anything like her, then she's showing their baseness through her actions. But, nowadays, children don't really get disciplined like that. Even during her generation, children weren't getting the discipline that they really needed. And hey, it's just part of them curses, man. Not being able to raise our children properly, like it says, they that lead thee cause thee to err. Ain't no telling how many generations that's been going on. You know, okay, but children being haughty through disdain and want of nurture do stain the nobility of their kindred. Why? Because the Israelites are a noble people. We are a nobility. We are set to be. Let's get it. See, I think Deuteronomy 7, is it? Okay. Deuteronomy 7 and 6, okay? For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So we were set up to be a noble people, okay? But these children, these wicked, Israelites, they stain the nobility of their kindred. Our nobility is stained because of the foolishness of our people. Okay, so let me see. So 22 and 13. Okay. Talk not much with the fool, and go not to him that hath no understanding. Beware of him, lest thou have trouble, and thou shalt never be defiled with his fooleries. Depart from him, and thou shalt find rest, and never be disquieted with madness. So, you don't want to be dealing with a foolish man or a foolish woman, man, because it's nothing but trouble to you, man. Okay? What is heavier than lead? And what is the name thereof but a fool? Okay? So, a fool is a heaviness, man. 15. Sand and salt and a mass of iron is easier to bear than a man without understanding. It's saying a double for a woman, man. Okay, let me see. I think that that's probably about it that I wanted out of here. I was just looking around. Just typed in, some different little keywords to try to find some scriptures on this. But yeah, basically, I just wanted to go into that, man. Our people were smitten with blindness, man. And that's one thing we definitely want to try to avoid, is being that person. Sometimes we can be wrong, and we're in these fleshly bodies, and we have to. That's why it's important to remain meek and humble, and to rebuke ourselves, and we all have been guilty at some point of probably doing something similar to what that lady was doing, feeling like we were right in a situation and being wronger than two left feet. But it's all about the spirit of repentance and accepting that you were wrong about that situation and asking for the forgiveness, especially in this truth of your brethren, or at least repenting to that brother and apologizing. Salakia, I didn't mean to do this. I was wrong. That's a big part of these things. But people like that, are just not built for that. That's a 2/3 mentality. I'm right no matter what you say, even though. And then when you get corrected, you get mad and angry and you stomp off. You stomp off or you throw a hissy fit. 2/3. That's why 2/3 have to be purged from off this planet Earth, because they're useless dross and they're tin and they're defiled and they just want to continuously be wicked. Anyway, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harakak. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. With that, I want to say shalom.